Today we're fishing for shad in the Columbia River Gorge below Bonneville Dam. Now on average more than 5 million cross Bonneville Dam annually, with some estimates of 10 to 20 million that enter the Columbia River system annually. Now this non-native species was introduced many years ago to the west coast, but it's proved to be a fun fishery for family and friends, especially taking children out as the action is constant, with the ability to easily catch over 100 fish in a day. Now these fish typically run in narrow lanes, and this year is a high water year, so much of the fish are closer to shore in that 7 to 10 foot range. When the sun's out and the water clarity is high, then the fish will move out a little deeper. High water and higher turbidity, and they will get shallower. But the key is to find the lane that they're in using your sonar and boats up and down river view that are catching fish to get an idea of where they're at. Generally the way that we rig these up is just use a slider just like you do for salmon. Run a leader, maybe about 3 feet, and then your dropper. That's it. So rigging on these,
hey, careful.
These small Dick Knights are pretty effective. Different colors, and generally I try different colors on each of the rods to figure out which one's biting that day, and then we'll switch them all over to that. Now there are different colors that are usually better for certain days, whether it's cloudy or whether it's clear, but the reality is sometimes there's no rhyme or rhythm to it, so that's why it's always a good idea to try different ones. The other thing is that usually you want smaller offerings when it is clear, but if the water is very turbid, then you want larger offerings. So larger when it's turbid, when it's clear, when the turbidity is up, go bigger. Go smaller when the water clarity is better. The other thing is just using these Siwash hooks on a brass swivel with a bead. A lot of times is deadly, and that's all you need. Again, I would experiment as far as colors of beads, and generally you'll find one that will work better one day versus another day. So one of the things that's really helpful is having a live sonar like this, because you can actively see these fish right here moving. Okay. This helps us to see whether or not we're in the lane of where these fish are, or if we need to move to the left or to the right. This is imperative because they're traveling in very, very narrow lanes, and if you're not in a lane, you're not going to get bit. See the fish right here, so we can see that we're right on this lane. Several years ago I moved to a bow mount trolling motor that allows me to anchor or spot lock on a location, and then I can move over in 5-foot increments to get right on the lane where these fish are traveling. Now I've been fishing this spot for about 25 years below Bonneville, and anchoring here with the strong current is a challenge in itself. But if you're not on the lane of fish, you have to pull up anchor and try to reset in a new position to get on top of these fish. With a bow mount electric trolling motor, it's simple. You just press the button and move over. A lot safer and easier to strategically get on top of these fish. Now if you don't have a bow mount, then you'll want to have a heavy Columbia River anchor to make sure you get some bite with some chain and plenty of rope, because you'll need it to set down in these high flow, high current areas. Now one of the exciting things in this fishery is that sometimes you hook into the occasional Chinook. Although the season was closed, it's always fun on light gear to be able to land one of these beautiful fish.
Unbelievable.
Here,
How many more we got now, bud? 25. Yeah. 25. Yeah, what? Oh, gotta go under the. Oh, you're big. Yeah. Here we go.